the Banter podcast, brought to you by Banter Media. I'm not your host, Matt. I'm Ben, and we're doing things a little differently this week. Since the entire country is kind of on lockdown, we decided to do the podcast via Skype. I'm not going to be here, unfortunately, but Matt and Ryan got a chance to talk with a local MMA fighter named Sam, so we're going to go ahead and cut to their Skype call right now. Take it away, guys.
Can I swear?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Do you have something you want to drink? By the way, we drink.
Yeah, I'm drinking coffee, but
That's fine.
But I didn't know if I could swear or not. So I always ask because I have a sailor's mouth, and so I can turn it off, but then it's like how I talk to my patients.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want that. We
No.
want the sailor's mouth.
And I'm always like, but it's hard to talk about fighting or like anything like that I do in my life without swearing.
Yeah.
Because beating the crap out of that girl just
Yeah, I'm gonna beat the snot out of you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, well, so I mean, obviously, thank you for not listening to any of our episodes. So learning about us prior. No.
It was nice to hear from an outside source, because everybody listens, and it's nice to find somebody that doesn't.
Because we curse, we don't care. I mean, we care. We're not going to say anything too hurtful, but
if I drop an F-bomb, it's
F-bombs,
okay.
Shits, fucks,
Okay.
all that stuff. It does not matter.
My first, when I did North Star Combat, they do like a thing for TV, and they interviewed me, and I swear, it comes out. I don't know, and they bleep it, which makes it 10 times funnier because you see the mouth move, but then it's just like the classic TV. They're doing my post-fight interview, and it's the same thing. They're like, oh, I was like, can I swear? And they're like, yeah, you can swear. And I was like, cool. And I was like, being a girl in MMA is the hardest thing in the fucking world. And it's just Deacon, the guy in combat, was nice enough to cut out just me, swearing. Just snippets of me swearing.
Just cursing, yeah.
And send them on Instagram. There's 4 posts
Nice.
of me just swearing. And then he's like, you can't say that on TV, Samantha.
Yeah.
You just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
bleep me out.
For me out here on TV, on network television, dropping F-bombs I own the place.
Yeah, no, don't care. It's all good.
If you're gonna bleep me, just do it. But then I want a full compilation of all.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, we're gonna give you a compilation of just the swearing. So it's just fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. You sound like it.
That's sound anyway. That's just me on Tuesday.
That's just a regular old Tuesday.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have the Banter podcast, and we've recorded a handful of episodes now that you can listen to on Spotify, iTunes. What else do we have? Anchor. We have a couple others. I don't know what else there are.
So you're going to know better than me.
Yeah. So, and then what we'll do is we'll extract the audio file out and we'll post it on there so you can listen to it. But also we hope to do something with the visual side too.
Okay.
And have it on Facebook or something.
Be able to hear me.
What?
They're only going to be able to hear me, not see me.
On the Anchor app.
Post the videos on your Facebook or something.
Yep, we're gonna post this on Facebook too and all that stuff. So don't worry about any of that. So if you have plugs you want to do, just let me know if you got that, because I know you have sponsors and all that stuff.
I have a couple.
Yeah, so just fit them in. Don't care. We're trying to get sponsors, so we try and fit in shameful plugs of people as we can, and hopefully we always ask for people to be sponsored. Want to sponsor us, please?
Yep. Hey, Surly. Please, Surly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, we normally have a third guy with us, but he's working. He's slinging some chips right now, unfortunately. Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm like a guy. I'm like a third guy. It's fine.
Yeah, there we go. I like it. We'll just kick Ben out. Ben, sorry. Sam is now.
We decided to add our enforcer now that we know how to edit stuff.
Yeah.
We need the muscle.
No.
Yes. So we bring you to any like sales pitch meeting and then just have you walk in first. Put them in an arm bar.
Yeah.
Yep. She's the cooler. Be nice until I tell you it's time to not be nice.
I thought it. Yeah. We'll have Shirley on by the end of the week.
Exactly.
So
sign the check.
What have you fought for? The companies or shows?
So the promotions.
Promotions, that's the word.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So my first one was sorry, Rob. The first one I fought for was in Wisconsin. Inner Strength Promotions. That was the first show that I was on. That was back in 2017. 2017.
Is that the one you won or lost?
That was the one that went to decision.
And so, like, how does that work? So you just kept fighting, and then nobody choked each other out, and
you fight 3 full rounds.
Okay.
And then the judges make a decision. So.
And it's like their own opinion.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was waiting for that.
A lot of controversy lately about judging because like some of the big UFC shows have had a lot of issues with judging where like say like the public thinks that a certain fighter won and like Joe Rogan's like, oh, this guy definitely won, and then the judges are like, nope, and give it like so there's a lot of controversy about judging. They also say they'll like never leave it to the judges. Like if you don't want the judges to decide, don't leave it to the judges.
Just whoop that ass the first time.
Well, yeah, it was my first fight, and just to go in there and not like lose my shit and choke was kind of.
So was that your goal? I mean, obviously your goal is not to go to judges. You want to knock that person out or choke them out, but like
finish them. But like the thing is, like when it's your first fight, you don't always know. You don't even know how you're gonna do. And there's certain fighters that are like killers in the gym and get into a fight and they don't do well. So it's
the lights turn on.
Yep. Yeah. And so,
Mm-hmm.
and I had never done any athletic competition before that. So
like none?
So like that's a thing.
So you're just like, I'm gonna start fighting because I've done nothing athletic with my life and I'm just gonna now jump into the ring.
That's what happened.
I mean I like it.
So nice. I finished college. I finished paramedic school, and paramedic school is really like intensive. Like it's basically a year and a half of like just constant paramedic stuff. Like you're surrounded 24 hours by paramedic stuff because you're doing clinicals, you're doing classes. Most people are still working while they're going through. So like I was working part-time as an EMT, so I was doing like 24 hours a week as a EMT. I was in school, and then you have clinical rotations too. So then that's like 12 hours a week on top of that. So like I was really busy, and I went to paramedic school right out of high school, which is another like atypical thing. Most people, it's like everybody else in my class, the next youngest person in my class was like 23. So like,
so you were 18 right out of school.
I was actually, because college starts in August. I was 17.
Wow.
Yeah. Because my birthday is like the end of August. So like I literally like turned 18 like the second week of school. So I did that. So I went to high school and then I went to college and then I was done with that. And I was like, what do adults do like in their free time?
We still don't know. So
no,
we're 32.
That answer doesn't get easier.
Yeah.
Finding grown men to get the dog shit kicked out of you, but that's what I did anyway. I was like, fuck it, sign me up. But yeah, so I was like, I didn't really know what to do, and like I was so burnt out on being at my job just because I was working there and I did my externship there. So I was there like 5 to 6 12-hour days a week in the last semester of school. So needless to say, I was a little like, I am okay with not being there for just a while. And I kind of just didn't really know what to do. And I was only, when I graduated medic school, I was only 19. So
Wow.
So you got 23-year-olds in the class with you.
yeah, and I couldn't like go to the bar obviously because I was 19. So I just didn't really have anything to do. So, like, I guess. So,
Let's start fighting.
yeah. So,
Mhm.
I actually was connected with my coach, one of my first coaches, Shannon Nelson. She ironically was a nurse in the ER here at the time.
Do all of you just nurses fight each other on the side?
Yeah.
Is that
No, she's scary. She's like there are a few people in life these days that I am like legitimately like I would not fight that bitch for anything, and she's one of them.
really?
And
Nice.
away any secrets. Like the one day, what did she say? She said something to me. Oh, we went out to lunch, and I was like, she bought my lunch. I was like, I can pay for my own lunch, and she looked at me and went, "Do you want to fight about it?" And I was like,
Just head slam on
Thank
the
you.
table.
"Yeah." I was like, homework, ma'am. Because she's like,
Yes.
she was actually one of the top 10 females in her weight class, like in the
Mm.
world back in the day. Yeah,
Wow.
she's pretty killer. She's a super
Wow.
nice human being as well. She's like got a beautiful family now with like 4 kids, and they're awesome. But yeah, so she kind of, I knew her through work. I didn't know that she had been a fighter.
Okay.
And so like someone, a mutual friend was like, well, you should talk to Shanna. You know Shanna. And I was like, yeah, I know Shanna. Why would I talk to Shanna, the nurse that takes my patients from me, about fighting people? And then I go there, and then I was like, oh yeah, she's a good person to talk to.
Wow.
So I connected with her, and she got me in, and she was doing like a kickboxing class at the time, teaching one. So I started doing that, and then met Brock Larson and started kind of working with him, doing grappling, like MMA specific wrestling type stuff.
Okay.
I was like,
And that's out of the place in St. Cloud, right?
yep, yeah.
Mm.
So then I was 21, learning how to wrestle, so that was cool. Doing jujitsu, and just kind of like trying to like figure out what to do because I had never done. I did gymnastics like briefly in junior high, and
Okay.
I sucked at it, and like they
Then you realize you had to land on your feet after a flip. You
right.
can't just land on your ass.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't even have the physicality to like flip. So like I just did a lot of like jump, like tuck jumps and
So you couldn't do a flip, and you said, "Okay, I'm going to do gymnastics." This is literally the
Yeah.
one job that they
a
have.
cartwheel, but I was like, I'm gonna do
Love it. I love it.
so then I was like an adult, and I had done like weightlifting and stuff because like with my job you have to do some degree of like weightlifting to pass because they make you do like a lift test when you start there, but
Okay.
you have to move a patient or whatever. So like I had done lifting to like get ready for that, and then after that I was lifting like I like intermittently and things like that, and it was fine, but it was never something that I really like had a passion for.
So what would you say
Mhm.
your fighting style is? I heard kickboxing, now jujitsu, wrestling.
I think I would say like if someone had to ask me, I would say I'm like more of a freestyle fighter, just
A
because.
street brawler.
Well, I'm not like I'm not good at one specific thing. Like I wasn't like a champion kickboxer, or like I wasn't a boxer before I was like wrestling really. I was, but I wasn't. I was doing those things. Like I started in the striking, but I'm not better at like I'm all right everywhere. Like
Yeah.
I'm not like a boxer that was like I'm gonna try this MMA thing. Like I liked the idea of kickboxing, and
Okay.
so like I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then Shanna actually was the one that encouraged me to do MMA instead of, because I wanted to just fight like kickboxing fights.
Okay.
But kickboxing fights are harder to find. And I was at that time I was really small.
Okay.
When I started training, I was about like 130 pounds or so. And I started training, and at that time I didn't really know how to eat for what I was doing. So I got down to like 121 pounds or some like obscenely low weight. Like
just hop on the scale one day. It's like, oh shit. Okay.
Well, we can always teach you how to eat because I know how to eat. That's for damn
non-issue.
sure.
Non-issue. I got you.
Yeah, these days I am not 100.
Yeah.
But I like didn't know how to. I wasn't lifting either at all at that time because then I was like, oh well, my training is my working out, which like yes for people that just want to like it's great. It's a great workout, but if you want to compete, you need to lift weights too so that you're strong. And I was not.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I got really small, and then it was like, well, like 115. There's not a ton of girls at 115.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I would think that endurance is a big thing too. Like whether you're strong or not, like if you get exhausted and you're tired, it doesn't matter how strong you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that was another thing. That's kind of why I really got into CrossFit at that time too, because it was.
Are you one of those people that you tell people you do CrossFit too?
Yeah.
Like you are.
I'm pretty sure it's a prereq.
Yeah. Yeah. When you sign the waiver at the CrossFit gym, on the bottom it says must disclose to anyone.
At first interaction, what's the first thing you say? I do CrossFit. Hi, name's Sam.
Some guy asked me once, he goes, so if you're a fighter and you do CrossFit, which one do you talk about first? And I'm like, I will punch you in the face for $1.
Exactly.
But like, also, like, I talk about being a fighter first.
Yeah.
It's like, if someone's vegan, you talk about CrossFit.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so no, I'm a CrossFit coach now. But I do my strength and conditioning through Matt Miller down at Horsepower Strength and Conditioning in Fridley. So I've been with him since November, and he's awesome. He's really smart guy. I've added like 15 to 20 pounds to all of my lifts since I joined there in November.
I know nothing of it, but I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty significant at my size. Like,
nice. It'd be significant for me too.
So it's I mean, he's super knowledgeable.
Right.
And he's
Were you?
Keep going.
You yawning. That was just you yawning, and you pulled a muscle. Like.
I'll make fun of you.
I think I added 15 pounds to like my steak the other night.
Yeah, buddy.
Like, that's
in butter.
Kind of. Yeah. Ooh, baby.
Yeah. Butter and rub.
Garlic butter.
Yeah.
What kind of steak cut do you like, Sam?
Sirloins.
Sirloin. You ever had like a filet mignon?
No.
What?
Ribeye.
But it didn't blow my mind. Like, the thing is, like, sirloin is like really like pretty lean, so I eat like a lot of steak. I eat a lot. Like, we have a whole cow in our freezer, so
yeah. As soon as Costco lets more than 10 people in at a time, you got to try the ribeyes. It's like $12.99 a pound. You get like 4 of them for like $55. It's like I swear to God, it's the best cut.
It's not bad. Like, it's not bad, but I'm a big sirloin fan. But yeah, we got a whole cow. So we got like ribeyes, T-bones, roast, like 2 pounds of ground hamburger.
You guys just don't get it. Filet mignon, just a little 4-ounce, 5-ounce steak.
I can't.
That thick.
It's not enough for me. It's not.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
That's why you get 6.
Yeah.
I also like to pay. I like to pay $15 for something that's 5 ounces. I'm gonna wrap in bacon and wish I had 6 more of them.
I can't afford $15.
So what are you doing to train now? Because we're all in lockdown.
Yeah. So Matt, my strength and conditioning guy, super nice. He's been sending me workouts. And then the CrossFit gym that I coach out of, Integration Fitness in Waite Park, they have been kind enough to loan me some barbells and weights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
I actually have a large amount of weights in my basement right now. They're in the garage. But and some dumbbells. And then so I've been doing like a lot of my lifts in my garage. And then we do a lot of like sprint work and like things like that. So I'm just out sprinting in the street.
Just
Car.
I would be the guy. Yeah, I'd be the guy that goes like, "What the fuck is she running from? Should I run? Should I start running?"
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, but then, like, there's like a retired police officer that lives across the street from me, and I'm like, Mike is gonna come over here one of these days and be like, what is
Of course, his name's Mike.
What's the neighbor? What's the neighbor?
Classic cop name.
Yeah, Cop Mike.
Does he have a mustache too?
No.
Oh.
Like, I don't know. Older.
He's retired. He had it when he was on the force.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a tan line? Yeah, white tan line of a mustache. That's probably what there is.
Yeah. So I'm like, he's gonna totally come over one day and be like, that new girl. He's gonna go to his wife and be like, that new girl that moved in across the street, fucking nuts. She's on meth. And like Matt has to do like stuff like from a kneeling position. So like I'm in like a lunge position and I like take off into just like a 10-yard sprint just to build like explosiveness and agility. But I'm like, think what my like probably 70, 75-year-old neighbors think looking at me from their freaking window. Like, why is she kneeling on the ground? Oh, she's up. Oh God. Like,
where'd she go?
I'm out. Like, and I have a little 8-month-old or 10-month-old lab puppy. And
ooh, that's fun.
So, he's cute. And so I had him out like
Prove it.
in the yard, and I was like whipping rope. And the neighbor lady comes over. She goes, "Well, that is a good way to get your workout in." And I'm like, "Ma'am, please leave me alone."
Get off my property.
I'm on like round 6 of like 100 double unders, like whipping out this jump rope. Like, and
it's like, I'm a fighter and a CrossFit trainer. I will whoop your ass, ma'am.
Do I look like I'm having fun, man?
Please tell me she offered you like sweet tea and like some biscuits or something when she gets. You look exhausted, young lady.
That's all she wanted.
Have some of the sweet tea.
Yeah.
So then you had a fight coming up, right? And now it's probably canceled.
Yeah. Everything's been postponed. Things that were supposed to be in April are now out in like June and July. And all the gyms are closed. So like people aren't really training.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, right, Beam? All the gyms are closed.
Yeah.
It really hit me hard, dude.
You know, what are we gonna do, man? It's just
it's weird because like I feel like work, but like I don't get to go train and hang out with my friends. So I'm like, I feel like a teenager that's being grounded because like I still have to go do my stupid like work. Like I still have to go to school, but I don't hang out with my friends. So, yeah, but I'm super fortunate. I was able to get. I like posted on Facebook like if anybody has any like boxing mitts or Thai pads like that they'd be willing to sell to me. And somebody came out of the woodwork that like used to train with us that I haven't talked to in years. And he was like, "Yeah, I got a brand new set of Thai pads and a belly pad that I am not using. I'll just give them to you."
Nice.
Donated like $300 worth of equipment to me.
And you'll probably never speak to him again after that.
Nice. Perfect relationship.
But I've got I've got all kinds of stuff. So my boyfriend downstairs in the basement, like trying to learn how to hold boxing mitts.
Oh man.
And like, God bless him. He's and like he's the best. But
have you hit him in the face? Have you?
Yeah, and he's also very, very concerned for his manhood. Like, I'm like, I don't think you understand. I do this every day. Like, I've never injured someone in training. Like, I'm not a dick. Like,
even if I'm holding pads up here, I'm wearing a nut cup. Like,
yeah, truth.
He's like, I'm gonna have to get a cup. I'm like, why?
You don't get it.
We got little belly pads, you know, that like you see on TV, like the Muay Thai, the belly.
Diapers?
Yes, like that. Like that. But a little. That's how you know you're the dad in the group because he's like, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about." And you're like,
"Oh hell yeah, yeah, I know that stuff."
So he's putting that around like his just around so that his dick is covered. Like, by the belly pad. And I'm like, that is not comfortable. And you and I both know that. He goes, "No, but it's safe."
Yes,
but it works.
It's not
but it
about
works.
comfortable. It's efficiency.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
If it was about comfort, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be playing Call of Duty on my
You're damn
couch
straight.
with a pizza on the way. But no, we're not doing comfortable. We're doing training. So this goes here.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're doing that. So like, I mean, it's nice.
Sounds like it's going great.
It's
Can only go up.
Bless his soul.
Bless his soul. Yeah, buy that man a drink.
Have him in your prayers, everybody.
He's still alive.
That's right.
The police have not shown up at our door.
Mike across the street hasn't come over to.
Yeah, no, well, it's
Yeah.
because like obviously with my job, I know like the cops. Like I know pretty much every cop in the area, and they like I'm like they're gonna show up because someone's gonna see us through the basement window. like
Yeah. She's killing him. She's killing him.
Mike, or not Mike. The boyfriend's gonna take the little lab puppy outside to go bathroom. He has a black eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I said to one of the Sauk Rapids cops the other day, I was like, so I'm like, if by any chance you get a call to my address in regards to me beating up my boyfriend, and like, and the guy looks at me, he goes, I feel like if you are beating up your boyfriend, you're upset, and I don't want to go there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
We're sending the new
I
guy.
wouldn't go to that call.
You'll be fine.
So wait, the Lanzrath residence. No, I'm not going there. She's pissed.
Is he dead? No? Okay. We're not going to be sending anyone.
Yes.
It's quarantine. We're not sending anyone. He'll be fine.
Bunch of cops in a parking lot doing paper, rock, scissors. What the hell is that about? Well, everybody knows.
The Lanzrath call.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to figure out who's going to go.
Going on 3 hours since the initial phone call.
Lanzrath beating the shit out of her boyfriend again.
Yeah, no big deal. That probably does it have its own code now.
The next day shift shows up. Why is this call holding? Why has it been holding? Just your boyfriend? Go ahead. You go.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
then.
You mean a code 42? It has its own code now.
Yeah.
I love that. So, but I have some like fighter questions.
Okay.
So, like, I watched your YouTube. We chatted about it before, I know, right?
Yeah.
That's what happens when you start getting to the bottom of the beer.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
So I was watching your fight, one of them, the one you won, and I know absolutely nothing besides UFC 3 on Xbox
Okay.
about fighting. I know, and so what are you most comfortable in? Like when you get into a fight, where's your goal? Like I want to get this person on the ground, on their back, on their belly.
Naturally, like always more comfortable striking.
Okay.
And I think it's like, I think it is because I started in striking. And like, that was always my thing, was like, I just wanted to like be a kickboxer. Like that was always my thing.
Would that be called like a brawler? I've heard
yeah.
that term. Okay.
No.
I thought you were right, dude. I thought you were like digging from some kind of dictionary of fighter terms. I'm like, no, Obe's done his research on this one.
Like a
oh hell yeah.
Is someone who like goes in and just is like ready to slug it out, like bites down on the mouthpiece and just like sends it and takes it and doesn't care. I'm not really like that.
Okay.
B button, haymaker.
Yes. So by the way, that's RB or right bumper, right trigger, and B on my game. So it's a
nice.
You know what, Sam? You wouldn't understand. It's a difficult combination. So
followed by rage quit.
I'm sure the fans appreciate your cheat code. So
I know I do.
Hot tip for the fans: it doesn't work like that. But yeah, so I think that's where I'm like most comfortable. But I'm a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, so like I know jiu-jitsu, but I like.
Where does that rank? Where's like what are the colors?
White, blue, purple, brown, black. But like.
That's not the rainbow. That's not.
That
for a
doesn't
dog.
make sense to me. That's not Roy G. Biv.
It's like Roy G. Biv, but different.
Nice.
That's about the sound you're saying if you get smacked in the face by a blue belt. Roy G. Biv.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens to Sam's boyfriend in the basement. He's Roy G. Biv.
Roy G. Biv.
It's weird though, because like it takes a while to get a blue belt. Like jiu-jitsu is different than like karate. Like jiu-jitsu, it's like depending where you're at, how long you're training, like how consistently you're training, it's like 2 to 3 years per belt. So like it usually takes like 10 to 12 years to get a black belt.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Like, so like it's weird because like I've been doing this for
medical school of fighting.
4 years. Yeah, seriously. Like so there's people that like, they're like, it took me less time to be a doctor than it did to get my black belt.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But like, yeah, I think I'm at 4 years now, like next month that I've been training. So like I'm a 2nd degree blue belt, so I'm like halfway to a purple belt. I had taken some time off last year, so I actually didn't do any training for like 6 months. I took some time off and just kind of, I just got back into it in December. So
okay.
So after my last fight, I took some time off.
So is the goal to become a black belt?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, like
I'm asking.
For everybody else, like, but like, so this is the thing.
Let's see.
When I got my blue belt, I looked at Brock and I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You're sure?"
Yeah.
I was like, okay, because I just never thought I would get a blue belt. Like I never even thought I would get a blue belt. Because like I just am like I was an adult when I started grappling. Like most people, like not a lot of people have like done wrestling or like some kind of sport. I had never done any sport, like
right,
gymnastics.
Like grew up with like 4 older brothers and just kind of got into it and been doing it since they're 12, kind of thing.
Yeah, or like some like taekwondo or like some. Everyone's done like a lot of people that get into jiu-jitsu have done some form of martial art or wrestling or sport or something. And like
and you could do a cartwheel.
I couldn't.
Nice.
So like I just like it was something that I never like. I literally thought I would be like a white belt for 100 years of my life. Like I was like, I'll just be a white belt. Cool. And then I got my blue belt. So and I was like actually like it's getting pretty good. And then I blew my knee out last year. Not completely blow my knee out, but really sprained my ACL, and then I microfractured my femur and patella.
So that sounds like a good time.
No, so that was some time off, and then got back in, and then I took my fight, and then I was like, just really want a break. And my boyfriend and I had purchased our house that we live in now, so we had like a lot of stuff to do on our house and
adult stuff.
Yeah. It was just kind of one of those things that like I kind of looked at it and I was like, I'm not 19 or 20 and out of college and don't have anything to do anymore.
There's a list.
I was doing CrossFit and I was still working, and so like I had 2 jobs, and it was like it was just a lot. It's a lot to do. So
right. Then to go back on the fighting. So you got your comfortable where you want to get them. Where is it where like you get to that oh shit zone where you're like, okay, I definitely don't want to be here. Not to give away your secrets to any fighters that might be listening to you.
I think every fighter never wants to be like flat on their back with like someone like in a mount position.
Okay.
That's trouble. That's trouble.
That sounds like that sucks.
Because not only are you can like, and the MMA is different than like jiu-jitsu, because MMA they can hit you too. Like jiu-jitsu, you're just worried about being submitted, but like if you're flat on your back in MMA, they're gonna hit you. If you're pro, they can elbow you, and they can submit you so they can take your arm, or they can like work a choke from the top, or like.
Is there like a penalty flag like within that? Like that sounds like whatever goes. Foul? Foul? No, nothing.
There is like you can get a point deduction. But it's like so rare because the only thing, so like pro fighting, the only thing that it's like obviously like no intentional groin strikes, like no biting, no
fish hooks,
fish. Yeah, you can't stick your fingers in their mouths, and then like so like don't be an asshole. And
exactly. That's what
Well, I feel like an elbow to the back of the head's pretty bad though too in that regard.
So you can't strike to the back of the head or the spine. So
spot on.
Break a bottle?
Huh?
Could I break a bottle?
Yeah, that's
wow.
I think in early MMA that was probably a thing.
Yes, right.
You come back to that video game, Obe. That's a
I know, right?
move.
Yeah. But that was back before they had like gloves and everything, right? The early MMA, didn't they like bare knuckle box basically?
Or they would use like or they would do like I don't know, like tape only, but like
oh my goodness,
a
barbed wire bat.
Things have changed.
Yes.
But yeah, so you can get like penalized, like if you're like intentionally like doing something and the ref warns you and you do it again, you could get penalized. But like,
do they warn you like mid, like you're mounting this person and you bite them? Do they just go, hey, don't do that?
Sometimes they'd actually like they'd take your point.
Okay. Well, do they like stop you? Is my question. Like they separate you and say, hey, let's go again, or do they just like tap you on the shoulder, like don't do that?
No, they would stop. Like they would stop you. I think in those situations. I don't know. It's weird because it depends on the commission too.
I suppose.
Like the one I was watching, we're gonna have a talk. You know.
Yeah.
The one I was watching, you submitted her.
Yes.
And I'm just curious, the thought, like when you got on the mount and you're just pummeling, and then at one point, what's the thought process? I can't imagine. Is your mind going 100 miles an hour, or are you just this? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, basically, like I was. So for that fight, I was like, oh damn, I'm like in a good spot here. Oh damn, like and she was like, she's tough. She's a tough girl because like.
Did you know her going into the fight at all? No. Okay.
No. But I mean, like she freaking. I mean, I punched her probably like 100 times, like sitting on top of her, and she just wouldn't give up.
Yeah.
So that shows character. I was like, just like giving her shots, and she went, and I hear, and I knew that I could get, based on how easy it had been to get to mount, I was like, I could probably submit her. And I hear Brock from my corner scream, you need to finish the fight. And I was like, okay. And I kick up, and I'm like, I was in that like S mount is what it's called, where I had like the one leg wrapped around. And I was kind of off to that side.
Okay.
And I was giving her shots, and I was like, maybe I can like whatever. And then Brock just screams at me, grab an arm. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to like I don't think.
I'm having a good time. Come on.
Yeah. I grab an arm, and I just like kick out, and like, and typically like, I mean, not typically, but you totally can finish that arm bar. Like you just lay flat on your back and send your hips up, and it fulcrums their elbow, and it hyperextends it. And I mean, you're basically
fulcrum,
and it hurts.
Yeah, you're basically using like your pelvic bone as like a fulcruming point. And so I was like, I can do that. And then she like kind of like as I.
Super technical.
Yeah, I love. Hold on, I love everything up until that point. It's like the Vulcan, and then you leave the pelvis, and then she just went meh.
Yeah, and she was trying to step over, and we were in her corner. We were not in my corner, which we're never in my corner when I fight. It's always in the other corner. And like we're in her corner, and I'm like, and I hear her coaches yelling at her, step over, step toward me. And I'm like, oh, that's good. Yeah,
step. That's a great call. Thanks for the tip.
They were telling her to step like incorrectly. And I was like, oh yeah. And I feel her start to shift to step the wrong way. And I just like rolled
and
went belly down. Well, then her arm is stuck between me and the canvas.
Okay.
And I like hip in, and then you have more leverage there too because you have your body weight on top of their
right.
And the mat's hard; it's not going to give.
No.
Yeah.
So I don't think she knew that was a thing that was going to happen.
You don't think she went into the fight saying, "I'm going to get my arm ripped off"?
I don't think her coaches knew that was the thing that was going to happen because
I'd get different coaches at that point.
Well, I was like, that's funny. And that was like, I said to my coach Brock after the fact, I was like, they were telling us to step the wrong way. And he's like, that's not a you problem. And I'm like,
yeah,
no,
exactly.
But like, they were telling her to step the wrong way. And then
go ahead.
Too, because my boyfriend did some combat, like grappling stuff when he was in the military, and so he knows like what's going on. And I was like, they were telling her to step the wrong way, and he's like, what? And I'm like, that's like part of how I got that. They were telling her to step over. I was like, send it, just full send, go.
Yeah.
Step over, step over. And sure enough, and I was like, it was just the craziest thing. Because my coach and like Brock and my coaches at the Cellar in Minneapolis are like so knowledgeable. And it's, you know, I was like, I just can't, but like Brock could tell me like he told me to grab that arm, and I was like, I don't think this is gonna fucking work, but I'm gonna take your word for it. And so it's like you take their word for it, you know. And, and it was the first fight. She had never fought before either, so I felt kind of bad for
that girls.
Yeah, she'll remember that lesson.
Yeah, you damn straight. How many fights did you have before that one?
2.
And is that professional, or is that
Amateur.
like, how does that? Okay, amateur. So did you have any fights that weren't televised, or that's literally all the fights that you have had?
The fights I've had is 3. So
okay.
The difference between amateur and pro is like
you get paid.
You get paid as a
yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You get paid, but then like when you start as a pro, your record starts over.
Oh, okay.
Like
I've always wondered that.
Oh.
You can have like a 0-10 amateur record. They probably won't let you go pro, but they might.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like,
but if you go pro, then your record starts over at 0-0. But then the rules are different in pro too.
So what's the process? Like, how do you know? They just go, hey, here's a new contract for professional.
They're like, yeah, basically. So you have to, we all have to do like an application for our fights through the commission. So like, so I'm 1 and 2. Say they were like, hey, we want you to fight this amateur, but she's 5 and 1 as an amateur, and she's knocked out all 5 of those people.
Okay.
The commission, they'd probably approve it, but they might not, because they might be like, you don't have enough. Say she's 10 and 1 as an amateur. Like you're not.
She has way more experience.
Yeah, because the commission is basically just to like protect us.
Okay.
Sure.
So you have to apply, but then like if you want to be a pro, you apply for a pro fight. And the commission can be like, so like say I applied right now to be a pro, and they were like, I was going to fight some girl that was like 6-0 as a pro.
Yeah, and you're 1 and 2 as an amateur?
Yeah, the commission could be like, no, that's not happening.
We don't televise live murders? That's
what
they would say?
Right, yeah. She's going to step the wrong way. Yep.
And not like televised. It doesn't always be televised.
Yeah,
so,
like, go ahead. Sorry.
They just televise events. It doesn't matter if you're pro or amateur.
Yeah, because that's what on YouTube. That's what I was seeing. It looked like an actual televised. Event.
It was.
And what do you see those on? Is it like just basic cable or?
Yeah.
Show?
Mediacom.
Yeah.
Mediacom. Apparently, big like in some like in the lower Midwest and like into the South.
Because your fights were in Walker.
Walker. One was in Walker, one was in La Crosse, Wisconsin when I fought for Three River, and then Inner Strength out in Bayfield, Wisconsin.
Mm.
And then all the people you fight, are they from Minnesota or are they from all over?
My first my first fight in Minnesota was my last one. Otherwise, I'd fought in Wisconsin, and I fought Wisconsin girls.
Right. That's what I meant. Your opponents are from the area, right? Walker, Wisconsin has a really nice golf course. I'm just saying.
Walker,
like,
or
Walker. Well, I think because I stayed on the North Shore at Lamb's Resort, and we went to Walker to golf. You a golfer?
No.
Oh yeah, nothing athletic, just cartwheels. I'll just stay there.
I don't think golf is really considered athletic.
Golf is athletic. You watch your mouth.
It's not.
Okay, so fighter, paramedic. What else does Sam do for fun? What else you got going on?
Not a whole
wow,
lot.
the Minnesota came out there.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, just this and that.
To be honest, between like my job, because I work 3 12s a week, and then I coach CrossFit part-time, and then my training schedule, like obviously now it's not because of coronavirus, but normally like it's pretty nuts. So typically I'm shooting to train like 3-4 hours on my days off of work. So I typically train like 3 to 4 hours, 4 days a week. and then I work 12 hours, so I don't really get a ton of free time on those days. And I work a noon to midnight shift now, so that's kind of a weird shift to work. So I don't get a ton of free time, but my little puppy he occupies a lot of my time too. So
do you have the puppy? Are we able to see the puppy?
He's probably
don't break our hearts.
He's sleeping because we went to the park for 4 hours before this.
What?
So that he would be quiet while I did this.
Don't want to wake the puppy.
He's a mom.
Right.
What's the puppy's name?
Fish.
What?
Fish.
So do you have a fish named Dog?
Oh, he's awake now.
See? Perfect.
Here. He's like, fuck off.
You woke me up for this.
You woke me up?
Like, why are you talking about me? He's like, you took me to that fucking dog park, and now you want me to get off the chair.
I love it.
He's like a mama's boy, big time. So, like, come here. Come here. Come here. Over here.
Oh,
look at you.
You say hi.
Fish.
God, look at those eyes.
He's such a mama's boy that I think if I sat here this long, he would probably whine because he'd want to sit on my lap.
Yeah.
And I'm at the table, so he's not going to sit on my lap. But yeah, he's a turkey.
So I know you want to buzz out here. Is there anything else you just want to kind of make sure you plug, talk about? We can obviously do some edit points here and make sure it's smooth, but I just wanted to make sure.
No, not really.
You wanted to cover?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, obviously, I don't have any fight news because
you're not fighting.
Yeah, I don't.
Hopefully, your boyfriend will be in our prayers.
Thanks.
He'll be in our prayers. We'll make sure.
I'm out here fighting coronavirus, but you'd pray for him for sure.
Yeah, I suppose, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's obviously I'm just hanging out and training at home and trying to stay ready, and my coaches at the Cellar have been awesome. They've been putting out online content every day for members to kind of follow along with, so you can do that. And Matt Horsepower is awesome, getting me hooked up with workouts. I'm actually like making PRs on my lifts in my garage.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like,
where do we find that?
Really cool. It's cool to be able to do that. My friends at All Star Nutrition, they're my supplement sponsor. They're super awesome. They hook me up with all my supplements, my proteins, my amino acids, my pre-workouts, they do everything. They're super awesome. The team at Summit Realty, they're great. I don't know, Dave doesn't really do anything for me, but I just tell
just show the cup. Just show the cup. And we're all fine.
Yeah.
Just
the team at Summit Realty. I want my check in the mail in 5 to 7 business days.
Look at this. All these nutrition sponsors, workout sponsors, Beam, we're just trying to get a beer sponsor. I mean,
tough, man. I don't understand why.
Bad habit. Hit up bad habit.
Bad habit.
I guess I gotta get a blue belt. You know, to Walmart, get a blue belt.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. I hope I'm not forgetting. Integration Fitness. They've been awesome to give me some. I mean, I work for them. They're awesome.
We just challenge. All we ask out of you is just to listen to our podcast. That's all we ask. Just
guys,
a couple episodes here and there.
I'll try. My podcast doc is pretty full.
I love it.
I do Joe Rogan. Are you guys familiar with Oops, the podcast? Have you?
Yeah, they love us. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, right.
Big fans of us.
What is that?
That was pretty cool. I listened to Girls Gotta Eat. That one's awesome.
Same.
And then, yeah. It's basically like a less obscene version of Guys We Fucked. So that's cool.
We are so low on this totem pole of podcasts. Like, these sound amazing.
Well, I'm going to leapfrog that last one. Guys We Fucked. That's tough, man.
I mean, I think I'm
Have you guys heard of guys we fucked?
No.
It's the number
No.
podcast on it's like a big deal. Oh, sorry.
We would have partnered with them.
Unlike you guys, this one's a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. These guys got their shit together.
So here, plug it. Yeah, exactly.
The girls from guys. But yeah, so no, I do a lot of podcast listening, but to be frank, with not driving to the cities to train, I do a podcast because like I do it all during my commute and my like under 10-minute commute to work. I don't really get a ton of podcasting done. So,
right. No, I hear you.
But I will listen. I'll listen to my episode first, obviously.
I do the same thing.
Exactly.
That's about it too.
So if we all of a sudden when we post it, we see like 36 listens, we're like, oh, Sam's mom, Sam's boyfriend, Sam. We'll understand. Well,
Dave from Summit Realty. Sam.
Yeah, exactly. There's Dave. Mark across the street.
Mike.
The cop guy. Mike. Sorry, Mike.
Come on. Oh, God.
The iced tea lady.
I don't even think Mike across the street would know how to like listen to a podcast.
Yeah. These don't come in on CDs, dude.
Yeah. When all this lifts, we want to have him on. You know, you guys can do a co-show.
He doesn't do much, so I probably could probably go knock on the door right now.
He's home. He's always home.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Follow me on Instagram, obviously at @Lanzrath. I post some cool stuff. I post some fighting stuff. I post some strength and conditioning stuff. I post pictures of fish.
And that's your dog fish, not fish.
Yeah. It's fish with an FISH. The dog is literally named Fish.
Okay.
My boyfriend is a professional fisherman, so he wanted to name the dog Fish.
Dogfish.
Fish. Yep. And my sister, after I got the dog named Fish, got a beta fish and named it Dog because she's.
I love that.
Yeah.
Beta fish are assholes, I hear.
Yeah,
yes, they are.
Assholes.
They're weird.
Like you can't put them in another tank with another fish?
No, they're mean.
So they'll like bite each other's heads off?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to let you go because you got to get rolling. You have a timeline. We have nothing to do, but you have a timeline.
I mean, yeah. Well, I didn't want us to get like cut short. You know, like I didn't start at 5 and then we have like not even 30 minutes. So
yeah, I get you.
Like,
I appreciate it.
If tech stuff is going to happen or whatever, like that's always weird too. Like when I did the interview with Trash Talk, they had like some tech stuff. So then we only had like 12 minutes to do our interview. And I was
we do got our shit together, Beam. It's good to hear.
You guys, yeah, this was awesome. I hope that the audio and lighting and everything was okay. But
fantastic. And I hope you want to come on again. We would love to keep having you on.
Yeah, it'd be fun to do whatever. We could do a fight companion or something, like, watch a fight or something. That'd be fun.
What the hell?
Oh, okay. I thought for a moment there, I saw Obi in a big padded suit just getting his ass whooped.
In my diaper.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah, let's do that.
I will say, whenever this gets lifted, if I go out to St. Cloud, we'll go around.
Yeah.
That would be. Yep, you heard it. You said that, Beam.
I got money on her. I'll give you odds too.
I as long as I'm fully wrapped in bubble wrap or whatever, let's do this thing.
You got 10 seconds and you're unconscious, dude.
That they do the self-defense stuff in, like women's self-defense when they have
like a bomber suit.
Yeah.
Here's Obi's self-defense.
Yes, exactly. So what is miscongeniality? Gut, nose, nuts, and something?
It's sing.
Sing.
Solar plexus.
Instep, nose, groin.
I don't even know what it is. So
that would be because I am a big miscongeniality fan.
Yeah. That brings me back.
Well, we really can't appreciate it enough.
Yeah.
Spending some time coming on here.
Yeah,
thank you.
I love it. I would love to do it again, and
hopefully one where we have some time and maybe you can have a drink with us.
Yeah. I just had my water, but
yes.
But my water, my coffee. But...
Yeah, we usually always end our show with a salute or a shot or something. So we will salute to you with your coffee water. And thank you for being on, Sam Lanzrath.
Mm-hmm.
What a superstar. Fun to be around. We love you. Bar Banter Media. Listen for the podcast, and hopefully you have a good rest of your day, and don't beat up the boyfriend too much, please.
Fight COVID, not boyfriends.
Fight
there you go.
COVID, not the boyfriend.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.